Hello everyone, how's it going? Now in this video, I'll be talking about how uncertainty only gets us so far in the OCD recovery journey. Now why is that? Now, of course, we have to change our relationship with uncertainty. We really do. We have to learn to embrace it. We have to learn to wear it. We have to learn to roll with it. We have to learn being comfortable being uncertain. That is crucial because there's so much in our life, there's so much around our fears which is uncertain, because any kind of certainty chasing often tends to be a compulsion. Trying to achieve some kind of certainty, trying to solve something, try and work something out, whether you're analysing, replaying, reviewing things in your head, that tends to be the compulsive chase for certainty, which doesn't really end very well. Let's be honest, we've all gone round and round in our heads, looking for that answer, looking for that thing that's going to give us long-term peace and long-term relief, but it doesn't happen because OCD moves the goalposts, it finds something else, and round you go again. So no amount of certainty chasing will satisfy OCD. It's always going to find a different way in. So embracing certainty is key. It really, really is. It's something that we encourage here, definitely. Changing our relationship with uncertainty, getting used to that, of course. But why doesn't it lead to recovery? Why isn't it that all we have to do is just be uncertain, get used to being uncertain? Why isn't that the only thing we have to do? And this is why. Because if you just tell yourself that, oh, okay, I could just embrace uncertainty, let me just wear this, I've just got to accept uncertainty here, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. It won't work because you are terrified of your worst case scenario. You are utterly petrified of the fear being real, whether it's a real event, false memory, for example, maybe something's happened in the past. You can't just roll with uncertainty there. Let's say something was genuinely real. Let's say it did happen, because real event OCD can certainly be a very common thing. Many people suffer with real event OCD. So you can't just say, oh, I'm uncertain, because your brain's going, no, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. But it will even do that when it didn't happen, because it doesn't work. You can't just say it didn't happen, because your brain will say it did happen. That's what OCD does. So this is why uncertainty doesn't quite cut it, because OCD is always looking to prove why it's happened or will be happening, whether it's the fear of being stuck forever, whatever your fear may be. You can use this with any fear, because a lot of our compulsions are trying to get rid of that uncertainty, trying to be sure that our worst fear can't happen and that our fear won't come true, and constantly trying to prevent that. And any kind of inner control that you have to prevent the worst fear coming true very often is compulsive, and it becomes a compulsive chase for relief and ultimately certainty. And you'll never get that. OCD will promise you certainty. It will promise you that if you just work this one thing out, then you can get certainty, then you'll be at peace. But just as you're within touching distance of figuring something out and getting some kind of solution, or getting the answer, or getting the magic fix, or getting the final piece of the puzzle, that's how it feels. If I just get the final piece of the puzzle, then I can be at peace, and then I can just know that this one is definitely OCD, then I can be happy and move on with my life. But as soon as you feel like you're about to grab the certainty, OCD takes it from under your feet. Okay, it's an illusion. It doesn't work. Okay, so yes, we have to change our relationship with not knowing. We have to get used to not knowing, which then brings down the uncertainty. It then brings down the need to know, the urgency behind it. I need to know, I need to figure this out. I can't stand uncertainty. I need to know. I must find out what happened. Oh, it's terrible being uncertain. It's just unbearable. Life isn't worth living if I'm uncertain about this, right? So we have to change our perspectives on uncertainty, of course. Very, very key part. Okay? But you need to go further than that. You need to go deeper than that. You need to go towards what the worst case scenario actually is. What are you terrified of? And do whatever it takes to change your perspective on the worst case scenario. You need to look at all your core fears and all the irrational beliefs that you're holding around these core fears. You need to look at the compulsions that you're doing, because many people do get very good at embracing uncertainty. I see it a lot. I can see people change their relationship with uncertainty, which is excellent. But then they then still do compulsions. And when they're doing compulsions, they're then chasing certainty. So they're then going against the embracing uncertainty. They're going against getting comfortable with uncertainty, because they're doing compulsions, as in maybe they're seeking reassurance, maybe they're Googling, maybe they're analysing, maybe they're disproving thoughts or neutralising things, maybe they are just intent on working things out. Well, that is the opposite of sitting with uncertainty. That is the complete opposite. So you need to match up your new relationship with uncertainty with your action, with your compulsive behaviours. Okay? If you're trying to get better at embracing uncertainty, you need to stop looking for uncertainty. You need to stop looking for certainty. You need to stop hunting it out. Stop searching for it. Stop chasing it. You won't get that. It's a bluff. It's a lie. OCD won't give you that. Okay, so this is why we have to break down even if it were real. Okay, so you take the uncertainty question out of it. Even if it were real. I don't care, OCD, whether it's real or not. I don't care. I'm going to break down it being real. And I'm going to change my perspective on even if X, Y, and Z were real. Even if my worst fear actually happened. Even if whatever it is that I'm scared of came true. How can I change my perspective on this? Because I remember and I know that I disturb myself and I distress myself and I depress myself by my perspective on this thing. Whatever it is I'm terrified of, I fuel the emotional reaction because of my beliefs on this thing. Okay, so when you look at it like that, the uncertainty is irrelevant. It doesn't matter whether you're certain or uncertain about X, Y, and Z, because if you can change your perspective on it, if you can change your rigid beliefs on it, if you can change your thinking around this particular thing, then the uncertainty element is irrelevant, because you're at peace with even if it were real, even if it were true, you're at peace with that. So the uncertainty angle won't bother you, okay? And you've also got to look at what I don't want this video to become is I can do another video on this about what we can get from uncertainty. So the positives of uncertainty, what not knowing can bring, how that could bring excitement to our lives, the spontaneity, the randomness, and how everything in our life is uncertain when you think about this, right? But I just want to focus this video on how we need to go deeper than that. Okay, we need to go deeper than just the embracing it. Please work on embracing uncertainty. You do. It is a crucial part. It really, really is. It's a key ingredient for our recovery. It is. Okay? So maybe if you're first on this journey, maybe you've had one call, maybe you're yet to reach out. What we're going to do on these calls is look at changing that relationship with uncertainty and getting comfortable not knowing, getting comfortable not needing to know. Okay? Being okay not needing to know, not having to find the answer, letting the urges be there, letting the desperate need to work it out be there, not giving into that, not giving into the OCD cycle, not giving into all the compulsive chases for certainty. That's key, because that's all part of it. But the bottom line is that we have to go deeper than just embracing uncertainty. We have to go towards breaking down our worst case scenario, changing our outlook on the worst case scenario, bringing down the catastrophic thinking towards our worst case scenario, bringing down all the self-downing, the life-downing views if our worst case scenario is true. And that is how we're going to get OCD to unlatch, because we think more rationally and we think in a more unconditional accepting way. We think through the lens of unconditional acceptance rather than just sitting with uncertainty. And the key part of this, which I know I've already touched on, is that in life there will be things that happen that are real, right? You're going to go through real events. You're going to go through real problems. You're going to go through real hassles and real hardships and real adversities. You can't just go with uncertainty there, okay? Because this thing could be right in front of you. You could be facing a problem right in front of you. You can't just go, okay, uncertain, I'm uncertain, I'm just going to embrace uncertainty. Don't know what to do about it, but I'm just going to embrace uncertainty. You won't get anywhere with that. Okay, so in regards to future events and the anticipation towards events, yes, uncertainty is key, it is. But in order to truly get under it and to not emotionally disturb ourselves, is to look at why we're disturbing ourselves, how we're viewing what we're scared of, changing our views on our fears by belief work and consistent behavior work, so no compulsions, not needing certainty, not working things out in our head to get certainty, and so on. Okay, and that's critical. Breaking down our worst case scenario is absolutely vital. You're going to need more than just embracing uncertainty. That is vital for the recovery journey. OCD will not budge with only uncertainty. It needs deeper belief work than that. Crucial for you to hear. If you are interested in one-to-one calls, please email phil@ocdrecovery.com and you can get in touch with the coaches here. My name's Sam, got Rob, the founder of OCD Recovery, Nick, Momin, Elliot, and Gemma, all doing coaching calls. So please email phil@ocdrecovery.com to get in touch, and we will book you into our schedules as soon as we possibly can to get your recovery journey on the roll, to get it rolling. Just put one foot in front of the other to get your life back on track. You don't have to live under the shackles of OCD. You can live life on your terms. You don't have to just be stuck with all the OCD, the chronic suffering, the chronic guilt, the chronic shame, the intrusive thoughts bombarding you 24/7, just completely OCD running all your life. You don't have to live like that. Okay, and think what I spoke about today, how it's going to take a lot more than just embracing uncertainty. And you hear it quite a lot. You hear the mainstream advice just being getting used to uncertainty. It requires a lot more than that. You're going to need a deeper outlook than just that.